Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Bienvenue à tout le monde, and welcome to Buttress Bagu. I am yours truly, Depol Bagu, aka the Mental Mechanic. First and foremost, I know it's been a while. I know it's been a minute since I've jumped back online to continue unpacking and sharing my story, and I do apologize for my viewers that have been anticipating some sort of drop from me, but needless to say, in terms of catching up from where we were and where we are, I made it. I was able to touch that finish line and fulfill the first 5 years of my mortgage term, which was on June 27th, my last video to you guys. And since then, I've celebrated my 43rd birthday. I have finished my active semester of teaching. And here we are trying to think of what's the next steps, where do I go? Now, I told you guys all in my last video that that was it for me. No more talking about organized crime. It has taken its toll. It has ran its course. It's done me good for the 5 years. And this is where I'm going to say to you, healing. Healing is super duper important, because when we are healed, that, I'll call it, trauma in our life no longer has a hold of us. So I'm not going to give it any more power by talking about it. We may refer to it for learning lessons, but here we are today with a brand new day, brand new start. So what are we going to talk about? So I purposely chose to wait and timed this so perfectly correct with what I would like to talk about, which is today is August the 31st. It happens to be my birthright country's independence, Trinidad and Tobago. So yay, happy 60th Independence Day for all my fellow Trinis. I am obviously dual Trinidadian Canadian. I've been here since I was 7 years old. Hence you don't really hear an accent. However, brain searches for sameness. When I'm with my friends or my family back home, boy, I can tell you the Trini accent does come out real thick just like so. But why am I bringing up Independence Day? Because I want to talk to us about culture. Culture, guys. Most of us define culture, when we think about culture, as ethnicity. Where in the world did you come from, or your ancestors or your forefathers, that dictated or defined what your culture was? Now, if anybody looks up the definition of culture, culture are the social norms found in any human society, population. So things such as your cuisine, your music, your traditional dance, your traditional clothing, your artifacts, your value system, your beliefs, so on and so forth. So anything that would generate an action, social behavior, like listening to music at a concert, like congregating at a church to worship, like Buttress Bagu. We are live on location today. Today we're in Niagara Falls, ladies and gentlemen. We are celebrating one of my tribe members' 21st birthday. So he is a newcomer to Canada. He is Canadian born but never been here a day in his life. So we are here showing him one of the world's natural wonders. We've taken the beauty. We've had our dinner. Birthday dinner was fantastic. Sat on the rooftop. Took in some drinks, nice scenery, nice food, nice vibes. And here we are walking around. So we'll catch you back a bit later as we put things together, okay? But enjoy the falls with us today. Going to the grocery. All these social behaviors make up what culture is. It has nothing to do with ethnicity, okay? But one of the key points that I want to drive home here is culture impacts how we communicate. So think about it. I tell my international students all the time, here in Canada and North America, I would greet you with a smile or a wave. Culturally, that's how we say hello or goodbye. If I was in India, however, I might get a greeting, namaste, because again, culture impacts how we communicate. So let's back this up for a moment. When we think about culture, we think about communication, we think about, as I'm saying to you, Trinidad celebrating its national independence. That kind of triggered a thought in my head. I said to myself, well, okay, the country's celebrating 60 years of independence from the royal monarch that previously had, I'll call it, leadership or authority over it, its laws, its lands, what have you, what have you. Great. So we shifted from having ownership, I'll call it, or authority from the monarch over to our local officials within our own country. So, yay, we've shifted from having ownership from one to the next, because at the end of the day, there is still somebody that has ownership over you. So I started asking my question, well, who has ownership over you? Right? And some of us might say, well, it could be God, it could be nothing, it could be money, it could be my job. Again, these words that we use to tie our wonderful brains up, 7% words, okay? I'm going to ask you again, who has ownership over you? Where do you spend most of your time? What do you answer to? Because that drives the behavior of what you're actually answering to. That is what actually has ownership over you. So, you know, when we think about addictions and we think about escaping reality, because you've heard me say people don't have an addiction just because they signed up to be a drug addict or an alcoholic or what have you. People have addictions because they actually are escaping their reality. It's a mechanism of coping. So again, what has ownership over you? And this is where I'm going to draw the line and say our words, the language that we use. Think about it. They actually have ownership over you. Because the words that we use, those 7% words, whether we say them out loud or say them in our mind, we all self-talk. You could be watching me right now saying, okay, Nicole, what are you getting to? What's your point here? Why am I 6 minutes into your video? Where are you going with this? Oh, she's wearing yellow. Oh, her house looks a little off today. Whatever. Point is, we self-talk all the time. That internal voice, guess what? Whether we say it out loud or whether we say it in our mind, we're talking to ourselves. We're giving our subconscious words, or in some cases, our conscious words, 7% words. So the words that we're actually using out loud and internally are actually what has authority and ownership over you, because your words inform your imagination. Your imagination informs pictures in your mind that triggers little emotions in your mind that actually kicks you in the bum to perform an action, whether it's a nonverbal action or a verbal action. So let's rewind that a little bit here, because I know that went a little much. Words. Words actually have ownership or authority over your mind. And I want us to be cognizant of the fact that we self-sabotage all the time. Because culturally, we've picked up words. Here I am. I'm going to bring in culture in this. Culturally, we pick up words that we hear our parents say or our aunties say. And we just use it in our natural dialect because that's what we were raised around, right? Social norms. But those same words that we're using without really thinking too tough about what is it we're saying to ourselves, those same words are actually informing your thoughts, and those thoughts inform your actions. And then we wonder, why are we sitting in the predicaments that we're sitting in life? And that's because I will always say to you, if you change your words, those 7% words, to inform new thoughts, you can do a lot more than just change your thoughts. You can change your reality. You can change your outcomes. And Albert Einstein said it. Doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting different results is the definition of insanity. Why do we do the same things over and over and over? Why do we have intentions of changing things? Meanwhile, we end up where we started. And this, ladies and gentlemen, leads me to tell you a little secret. Values. Values drive every single thing that we do. And values, ladies and gentlemen, are learnt at the unconscious level in your mind, which means your mom and dad do not dare tell you, hey guys, come, let's have dinner today. Today I'm going to teach you the value of respect. They don't do that. What mom and dad actually do is they show you what respect looks like through their actions, how they treat you, how they treat others. And you as a child, you pick that up. That's learned at the subconscious level. Actions, values, okay? Those same values that are learned at the subconscious level don't ever make it over to the left side of the brain where most of us are programmed left for logic, okay? That's the conscious side. So a lot of the times in life, why we self-sabotage, for example, is because we have we have unconsciously learned behaviors, known as values, that reside in our subconscious side of our brain, which I'll call the right side, where your emotions live, that your left side has no clue consciously exists. And that's why there seems to be a disconnect, our words to our actions. That's why we don't get the changes that we want, because one is learned unconsciously while one is rationalized consciously. So I'm here as a buttress, in case you haven't figured out what buttress means yet. It just means a support system, guys. I'm here as a support system to help you tune up what goes on in the mechanics of our minds as to what triggers and changes our thought patterns and our course of action, believe that or not. So I'm inviting you, again on this journey with me, to learn some things new. And this is what I'm going to tell all of you. Sharing's caring. If I happen to make you think or make you open up your mind and say, she's got a point here, then I would like you to share this. And this is where your integrity is going to come in. Because, guys, I'm going to tell you, the little bit of posting that I've been doing from the last video to this video, oh boy, do people ever look. So that means somebody out there is hungry for something. And I will continue to feed you, but this is where your integrity comes in. You're obviously hungry to hear. It's making a mark on you. Pay it forward and share it. And if you can't do that amongst yourself within your own behaviors, then please, welcome to Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. That is your own integrity. Because I am asking you, as part of your integrity, if this video has made you think, has made you look at something in a different light, then please share it. So that other people, just like you, can have their aha moment. Because I guarantee you, just like I tell my students, I guarantee you an experience of a lifetime. I've promised you that. So we're going to keep it going.